Welcome back to Market on Close. Let's check in with Scott Bauer, CEO of Prosper Trading Academy. And connected in with the madness is anyone else. So Scott, what do you think here? Things are getting real spicy again.
They are, and Oliver, it was about a week and a half ago after the last big run in Bitcoin. You asked me what I thought. You asked me what I wanted to see, and I said I wanted to see those prior highs that we had just broken through. So right around that 57, 58 area, hold again as support. I wanted to see a pullback. That's what we got. We got that pullback, end of last week, right about to that area, 58, and it held. That was super important. We are absolutely, in my opinion, going to break out to all-time highs now. Let me give you some data that's out on the exchanges on the platforms right now. Number one, Bitcoin liquid supply is as low as it has been right now since 2017. Okay, that is really important.
What do you mean by that?
It means that the amount that's out on the exchanges that's actually being traded instead of just being held in wallets versus the amount of Bitcoin that has already been mined is as low as it's been. So that's pushing up, that's a major tailwind. That is pushing up prices. Okay, number two, if you look at the price of Bitcoin in comparison on a couple of the different exchanges, so Coinbase versus Binance, there's a premium to Bitcoin on Coinbase. What does that mean? Well, what that means is there are major U.S. institutional buyers coming into Coinbase to buy Bitcoin. The investors, traders, whales.
Binance is also a disaster, though. There's tons of reports. People can't get money out and stuff. I mean, I feel like if you're buying at any size, you're not going to go to the one that's got reports and not be able to get your money out.
No, there's no question about that. But historically, also on Binance, that has been a favorite platform for people outside of the United States, outside of the Western Hemisphere. And that has now shifted big time. So the amount of institutional buyers is at record pace. Now, could that signal a top? People on the contrarian side are going to look at that and say they're buying in at the top here. Bitcoin is primed right now. It is on the runway. I think we see all-time highs in the next couple of days. Howard Greenberg, by the way, just had a long conversation with him. That's our man. Long conversation with him. He says, get ready.
Okay. Scott, what do you see as the potential breakout range? Are we talking, a new technical record of like above 67, or are we talking like this is the promised land, it hath arrived, 100,000?
No, not yet. I mean, a lot of people want to see that, but no, from a technical standpoint, that breakout really takes it up to about 72. That should really be the target for bulls, for anybody that is reading the charts, that is looking historically what this thing has done. 72 is really the next level. And then what you look for, Oliver, is that consolidation, that coiling. That's what we want to see. And then it's sort of a retest, maybe of the old highs of 67 and hold as support. And if you keep getting that pattern, like what we saw over the last week, when it dipped back down to those highs of 58, held, and then gained again, that is really positive momentum going into the end of the year here.
Okay. Scott, looking at how to trade it, using futures, calls, what's your preferred way to get exposure to this move that you see coming?
Well, obviously the new ETFs that are out there are absolutely are a very cost-effective way for someone to get exposure. Little bit more complicated, if you will, for the retail investor to get in the option space. You can certainly do that. The options on the futures at the CME, they are liquid enough that you can trade it, but obviously different margin requirements. So, right now, the casual investor, I'm saying, the casual investor who says, you know what, I want to have a little piece of this just to have my skin in the game. I would say the ETF is actually the way to go. But someone that is more, I'm not going to say an investor holding for the long term, but someone that is really, going to be babysitting this and taking a position and managing it, getting in on the future side, that's where you want to be.
Scott, let me give you a get out of jail card if you want it. If Bitcoin struggles here, where are the levels on the chart that you say that bull breakout pattern or formation is broken?
Back at that 57, 58 area. If it doesn't hold there, we could easily see 45. That would be the next logical step to the downside. I don't see that happening in the next 6 to 8 weeks, but I do appreciate the get out of jail card.
All right. That's the level I'm looking at, too. For me, it's either 65, rip away, or 58 and break down. So we are coming down to the wire. Scott Bauer, thanks for the bullish take here on BTC, CEO of Profit Trading Academy.